I'm here today with the Sony yada 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 XM5 headphones. The best sounding ripoff you can buy in headphones. And I say ripoff because $399. $399 for a pair of headphones. Now you got to be saying, but TechOdyssey, there are the AirPods Max, which are like $549. Very true. Also a tremendous ripoff, and they weigh a ton. So, this is a real review. I'm just throwing some comedy in there and some stuff because you guys know I value value. So, if you don't want to spend $400 and you want to get a good sound experience, there's a lot of stuff you can buy that costs a lot less. But if you are bent on spending $400, so for mine here in Texas, $399, and then let me do some quick math while I got you right here. So $399 times 1.0825, $431.71 is what I paid for these things. These things are cheap. Like build quality, I am not impressed at all. So just the first thing straight out of the gate, I appreciate what Sony's trying to do, but there's something that's lost when you quit using premium products and you switch over to recycled plastic and vegan leather. Synthetic leather is what it is. It's not real leather, but they are really soft. So if you want to say, oh, well, it's not leather, then I'm ride or die leather. I've actually been really, really impressed with these. I mean, there's a lot of synthetic leather that's out there nowadays, so I don't want to ding them from that regard. It's actually, how does it work? Okay, if you came up to these and somebody said they're real leather, you'd be like, oh, they're real leather, cool. But then you start wearing them and you find out, well, in general, is something good quality or not. So the ear cups themselves, these guys right here, actually are very, very comfortable. They're like super, super comfortable. And what's crazy is even they're off right now, you can hear, like you can get that kind of underwater feeling like you get with noise canceling headphones. And that's really why you buy these headphones. They are the best noise canceling I think you can probably get outside the AirPods Max. And the AirPods Max is uncanny. These still are not as good. So if you've got an iPhone specifically, buy the AirPods Max if you want to spend that kind of money. Or don't buy these for $431.78. Depending on what area you're in, your sales tax, of course, will be different. But I am not impressed with them build quality wise. Now, I will say what I do like, though, is they're incredibly lightweight. I could wear these things till the cows come home, and they don't cause me any problems whatsoever. When I wear the AirPods Max, I've got a headache, my neck hurts. They have such wear fatigue, it's unreal. Like the AirPods Max, I even gave them to my son. He loves them. Big status symbol thing, whatever. Oh, yeah, AirPods Max. I review this stuff. That's cool. I'm not the biggest audiophile in the world, but I'm not wearing those things. They are incredibly heavy. So these right here, a breath of fresh air. Probably the lightest headphones I've ever worn, and the sound quality is epic. It's very, very good. It's just $400, and that's something that a lot of people are going to roll their eyes at. A lot of people are going to scoff at that. A lot of people don't walk into Best Buy drinking a coffee because you might choke on it if you see the price tag. They are comfortable, but the quality, like this right here, it feels like almost like a really cheap cardboard. Like a particle board is what it feels like. It feels like cheap particle board, and it's as soon as I took them out of the box, I was like, this feels like cheap garbage. But they sound great, and the rest of it is premium. And even here you can see, I think this will probably, honestly, you can even see where, there's some of the indentions and stuff underneath from, moving them around and all that good stuff. I don't think it's going to hold up well over time. And here's something else, they don't fold down. And I was watching MKBHD's video, and he made a good point. A lot of people want good noise-canceling headphones for travel. Well, when you travel, you want something that's small, compact, lightweight. You can stow it, and then you can take it out when you need it. You can't fold these down anymore. And I was looking around online. A lot of people seem to have that complaint. I don't actually care that much, and I travel, I think, fairly frequently, especially over the last couple of years. They did do something to try and make things better. They gave you this really cheap carrying case. It looks like it was made at IKEA or Ross, and it actually squishes down some. So instead of folding, it does squish down. So I'll show you the inside of this, and we'll take a look at that. So they actually squish down pretty well. So for all the complaints that they don't fold down, they actually seat flush in here with the cups down. So you can squish this down pretty good. I mean, you could probably even sit on it. I wouldn't recommend it. You'll probably snap the suckers in half. But it should theoretically fit better into more tight spaces, except for the fact that it's a very large case. This is not a small case. So also you open this up. Inside this little flap here, you've got your USB-C charging cable, which this is the most pathetic USB-C charging cable ever, and then you have the auxiliary cable as well. But you get the LDAC, the wireless hi-fi, all that cool stuff. 30 hours of battery life, which, I mean, I think is pretty spot on. I haven't listened to it for 30 hours straight. I don't have time to listen to 30 hours of music, but yeah, they're supposed to last for 30 hours. And it's funny because these actually have 10 millimeter smaller drivers than last year's XM4, which normally would tell you, okay, that's kind of odd. They went smaller instead of bigger. They didn't even keep it the same size. And something like this that might be troubling. The sound experience, I actually think, is a skosh, just a teeny bit better than the XM4s. Now, what's also not improved is the name. The name is still, I don't even know what it is, XM1000XM5 something XYZ. The Alphabet headphones is what I call them. Anything I call Sony's, usually I call it the Alphabet product, and it's because there's so many letters and numbers and everything jumbled together. Yes, I know that it kind of makes sense if you know the nomenclature for the way Sony names things, but I think it's dumb. Name it something remarkable. Hey, name them the remarkable headphones. People would like that, I guess. I mean, if we've got a nothing brand phone and earbuds, maybe we can have a remarkable brand quality headphones. Now, this is nice. This pivots and articulates. I don't know how far you can twist it without snapping it, but it's pretty resilient. Build quality great. They're very comfortable to wear. And yeah, I don't like the controls are on the left side. I'm right-handed. I prefer they be on the right-hand side. But you do get a dedicated noise canceling and ambient noise button. Ambient noise, transparent mode, hear-through mode, whatever you want to call it. Works pretty well. Still not as good as the AirPods Max. They still have that locked down. Whatever algorithm, whatever magic they're doing over in Apple, right there when it comes to noise canceling and transparency mode, still the best. But again, $150 more. You can probably find deals and stuff now. But yeah, those things are crazy expensive. I know, I bought them. I regret it. Lots of microphones on here, but honestly, it really didn't improve the quality of phone calls any better than... Slightly better. There is slightly better. Okay, I'm not going to say it's not any better than the XM4s when it comes to phone quality, but still, when you're talking on headphones, they don't sound good. I have never picked up a pair, well, maybe one or two times, but very, very rarely, very, very seldom do I get a pair of headphones and make a phone call and go, this sounds good. Just not what they're built for. Now, what I do want to talk about is the noise canceling. Very good. Very, very good noise cancellation. Very good hear-through mode or transparency mode, ambient mode, whatever. There's so many different mode names. Basically what it is, uses the external microphones on the hear-through mode, transparency, picks it up on the outside. You can hear it blended in on the inside. That's cool. It works pretty well. It's to the point now where, I mean, you can even kind of like have a small conversation if you need to. And of course, you can put your hand on the cup, which is nice. So you're wearing them. You put your hand on the cup, and then it times out the music and you enter transparency mode. So you can hear somebody saying something. Of course, when you have it enabled all the time, it's great when you're outside in crowded places when you want some situational awareness. Hear the cars, hear the honking. Perfect example, New York City walking on the sidewalk. It's probably best for your safety that you don't have full noise canceling turned on. So I like that. It's a feature that I've appreciated a lot over the last couple of years as brands have been bringing it online. So Sony and Apple seem to be doing it the best. Noise cancellation. There's a slight improvement here with the mid-range and the mid-high range. I think the best thing, I didn't really catch on to it too much. I turned on at first and I was listening to it. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I still get all those hums out of the bottom, get the buzzing noises, get the droll from the airplane, all that cool stuff. But kind of voices would still just creep in when you're listening to stuff. It'll pick that stuff up. And I was sitting there playing on my phone, listening to some music through the speakers, and then I turned the headphones on and it was like, where to go? So they have done a better job isolating a lot of this stuff in the vocal range to where it keeps that out too. Again, still not as good as the AirPods, but better for Sony. So is it worth the upgrade? No, definitely not. Do not upgrade these over the XM4s. It's not really that much of an upgrade, especially since you just paid $400 or whatever it was, $379 for those last year. Don't do it. If you got XM3s or older, yeah, you can consider it. If you're new to this and don't have any, and you want to spend $400, then go right ahead. They're going to sound great. They're going to be much better. These are ideal for Android phones. Android phones and the LDAC and all the other crazy stuff that you can get with phones, if they're supported. Yeah, you're going to get the best experience, Dolby Atmos, all that great stuff. It's going to be best with these headphones. If you're going to get an iPhone, probably not the best ones that you can get, especially with the AAC codec. They're very limited on that regard. With the iPhone, you've got kind of limited to the AAC codec. It just doesn't have all the additional stuff that you get, aptX and LDAC and all that crazy stuff with the Android phones. So these are the best for Android. Of course, they're cheaper. I'd say significantly cheaper than the AirPods Max, but still very expensive. For most people, I would say go out and get the Soundcore Q30s or the Q35s. Those are great headphones. You get a lot of the same features, 80%, 85% of the quality for $300 less. And I'll have a link in the description. If you're interested in picking those up, affiliate links down in the description, you can pick those up. The Soundcore Q30 is still fantastic. I'm expecting a Q40 or something like that probably in the near future. Normally they come out around the same time and I compare them, but they're not here yet. So that'll be something to look forward to. But the Q30s, Q35s, top notch. And also I still like the Jabra 85Hs, which I don't believe their successors come out yet, but the 85Hs are still very good. And you can probably get those for about $150 now. 90-95% of the same experience for most people, and they sound fantastic. I love the 85Hs, and a lot of this stuff comes down to individual preference. And of course, those I think, even compared to the XM4s, had better bass. But these do have better bass, improved mid-range, mid-high, especially with the noise cancellation. Noise cancellation still top-notch, and it's impressive. If you've never really listened to some significant headphones with noise cancellation, put these on, and it's going to change your world. Like, it's really impressive, and that's why I call these things the best sounding ripoff you can get. I mean, I say ripoff because of the price. I mean, these are not the high quality premium build headphones that you would expect for paying $400. I pulled them out of the box. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. These things feel cheap. Like, they feel very, very cheap, and I don't like that. I mean, if they feel premium cheap, not so much Ross, but like if you go into IKEA, it looks nice at surface level, face value, and then like you start putting it together or you start messing with it and realize this really is not built well. So I don't know how these are going to hold up long term. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of that. But the sound experience, great. The price, crazy high. And they're about the best you can get when you listen to music on headphones. And they've also got the headphone jack. You can, of course, you got the auxiliary in there. You can charge these suckers for 3 minutes, USB-C power delivery. It's like 3 hours of listening time, I believe. So they've made some advancements in the charging, getting you back into listening to your music. They've made fundamental changes structurally. They don't fold up anymore, but still I think they're okay with the bag. Couple improvements here and there. Man, $400 is a lot for a pair of headphones. So they sound amazing, though. They sound really good. And if you got a Sony, they pop right up. Just like if you've got AirPods and an iPhone, they pop right up. You go through the setup. There are way too many steps to get this set up because you got the spatial audio stuff. You've got all the different sign up, set up, log in, enable this, enable that. These things would be so much more enjoyable if you could just get up and go. Like, just sign up, get up and go. So many people do it better. Jabra does it better. Anchor does it better. Of course, Apple does it better with their own phones. But, man, it takes forever to get through the setup on these. I'm like, please, just let me get to the music. Anyway, so that's about it. Hopefully this was helpful. They are very, 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 very good. And they're crazy expensive. They don't feel like they're worth that much money. And I got to be honest, I personally wouldn't buy these to listen to. If you want to save some money, go get the XM4s. Heck, the XM3s still sound good. Probably I would recommend the XM4s over these because there's just not that much value and you can find good deals on them. Very good deals on the XM4s. So you'll be probably a lot happier with that. And that's the best premium value I could probably project out there for you. Also consider the Jabra 85Hs. And if you really want to save, get something under $100, get a great sound experience. Seriously, the Soundcore, Anchor Soundcore, Q30s, Q35s, top notch for what you get for the money. So that's all I've got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and a little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.